Okay, so in my last video, I talked about my mixing philosophy and I talked about how I would approach certain things when it comes to mixing as a whole, so a kind of general umbrella. And I thought it'd be really cool to show you guys how some of that is actually implemented, especially like the repeatability part. I think that's a really key to be working quick and decisive and aggressive is having that recallability that's repeatable. So the key to that is actually having a template like what you guys see on the screen here. So this is my mix template. It never fucking changes, always stays the same. I very rarely ever change plugins, etc. And I thought it'd be cool to show you guys how it looks and maybe import some tracks so you guys can kind of see what the outcome would be once you get a template and then import some tracks ready to go. So everything's color coded. I got my drums, I got my bass, guitars. Drums are blue, bass is purple, guitars are green, lead guitars are like a different shade of green. Any like post effects, so that's gonna be like choirs, strings, bass drops, post effects, stuff like that. Screaming vocals and cleans, but this particular song doesn't have any cleans, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of them, and that's part of the second rule that I mentioned, which is being aggressive. Anything you don't need, just destroy it, annihilate it. So I got these tracks from the Cambridge site, some free tracks. Again, you guys should check it out if you guys want to really practice your mixing. I didn't really have anything that I had in my back burner from other clients that I could show right now, so I just decided to use some free. Uh, I decided to use some free multi-tracks. So I'm gonna start importing them just by dragging them in here. So I'm assuming that's one rack and one floor. That means we can get rid of these. And I love how they're numbered like this. Pro tip, follow this kind of thing. Number them like this when you guys are sending them off to be mixed. It makes it a lot easier for the mixer. Or if you plan on mixing yourself, it doesn't really matter. But do, at the very least, name them something that you guys can understand. I'm not seeing anything else in terms of drums except maybe overheads and rooms. So gonna get rid of the hi-hat in China. Gonna import the overheads, the mono room drum mic, and I think that's it for drums. One bass DI track, that's fine with me. I'm gonna double it. This is the DI track, and then this is like the amp, so I'm gonna run an amplifier sim thing on this side. What do we got for guitars? Looks like two rhythms. Yeah, two rhythms and one lead. So we can get rid of that. And I love when mixes are simple like this. Just straightforward, pure metal, drums, bass, guitar. And oh man, a million vocals. What's up with that? Let's go ahead and check that out. So I'm not going to import them here. I'm going to see what we got dealing off. I'm going to see what we're dealing with by putting them down on the bottom here. Let me take a look. Okay, so it looks like we have doubles of pretty much everything. The hell is this? What is this? Never seen it. What is this? It's loop. Sorry about that. Let's find out what this is. It sounds like a mistake or like some kind of issue with, I don't know. I don't think we need to use those, so I'll get rid of those. And I don't like having doubles like this. This is, to me, it's stupid. Um, I've never done it that way. It wasn't the way I was taught. It's just some people do it. I don't understand why. I never could wrap my head around it. It does give you a thicker sound, but also a muddier sound, and I'm not really going for that. Let's listen to this, see how it sounds. Could be maybe because the singer was weak. I'm not too sure. He doesn't sound too bad to me. Let me hear a single version of that. Sounds fine to me. I'm not sure why they had to double them up, so I'm gonna just get rid of that. Let me hear this other one here. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of weird. But it looks like this was split up. And like I said, I don't like having doubles. So what I'm going to do is just pop this bad boy like this. Hit crossfade. Adjust the crossfade so that they're not interfering with each other. Looks to be like right there. Let me check this other side. Looks like I can do it right there. And there you go. We can now get rid of this. I'm going to bounce this so that it's one uniform track. There you go. Let me see. What is this? This tells me that the producer didn't do a very good job, or if he, or two, he did the best that he could with the band that he's giving. A lot of these local bands, sometimes it's their first time in the studio, or they're not very experienced, and he has to make do with the material that he's given. So I'm seeing weird stuff like this. If this was me tracking it, I would have had him do it again, because then I could have had it been, oh, is that what this is at the bottom? Let's see. So what I'm trying to say here is he has like this long screaming tail at the end here, but not on the top one here. So it looks like he had them do it here. So that might work in our favor, because the way I do it is I have one main, one or two main vocals maximum, and then I usually just have left and right, and like that's it. Like literally just 4 vocal tracks. I don't really think you guys need anything more for metal, and I've always done it that way. Check out my old mixes with my old band Indra, and you'll see the keep it simple, stupid kind of thing when it comes to vocals. Because in metal, it's a lot easier to fuck things up than to get it right if you get too much stuff going on. So it's better to keep things simple and to minimize a lot of that. So I think I might just delete this. I don't think I'm going to need it. Let's just make sure, though. The signs I say inside my head are breaking me. Oh, yeah, totally. So we don't need that. And then we got our side vocals here. Cool. So I'm going to add an additional, let's see here, where are you? Duplicate track. So now I can just plop these guys here. So now we got 3 main vocals, scream 1, 2, and 3. And then we got our side vocals here, left and right. And then this is, what is this? Oh, it's muted. Inside my head. That's my do what they can. Okay, so we're going to merge that onto a track. Put that onto this guy. Some people say not to do this. I don't give a fuck. This is how I've always done it. Be merciless. It's kind of like the last lesson I gave you guys. No show, no mercy. Be aggressive. Do what you got to do. Make your life easier as a mixer while still trying to retain the vision of the artist. And if that requires me comping tracks together, combining things, minimizing the amount of tracks that I have, then that makes it all the more better. So now I've imported all my tracks, ready to go. I didn't have to set up any tracks or router or anything. Just boom, 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 done, done, done. And this is how it looks like. It's loaded with all my effects, my channel strips, my drum gates, my favorite saturators, my favorite vocal compressors, my favorite channel strips for vocals, my de-essers, etc., etc., etc. And as you saw me doing, any tracks that you don't use, you go ahead and just remove them. Let's see, is there anything I'm not using? I'm not going to use this. Or I might use it. I might keep that one there, depending on how busy the song is. And it looks like we are good to go. Now, a word on my snare bus. This changes. I used to use snare bus a lot, but as of late, I've actually haven't been doing that. I've actually moved away from using snare buses and kick buses, actually, for that matter. And I'm really liking the results. Instead, what I'm doing is going to remove these. Kick in, snare sample. We're going to put these into our drum bus. Here we are. But I'm going to create VCAs for my snare and a VCA for my kick. I don't know. I kind of neglected using VCAs for years. When I took Jordan Valerian's mixing course, he uses those a lot. I didn't see him use his buses, but I found that buses for me have gotten to be a little, they weren't giving me the results I wanted. So I thought that was time to see if I could try something different. I did it for years, and I always felt like I struggled a little harder than I needed to. When I did a couple mixes ago, just using snare VCAs and kick VCAs, I thought I got a much better result doing it that way than I did with buses. Now, I'm not saying totally get rid of those, but that might be something you want to consider. Buses are cool, like if you got a kick in and a kick out microphone and you want to process them together as one uniform instrument. But even then, I catch myself doing it individually on a track basis, as on an individual track basis. So to each their own. But I am starting to lean more towards kick VCAs. And like I said, it has all my effects loaded up. And then I got all my effects on these like blue lines here, or blue channels here, all being funneled to my master bus here. So just a quick video on this, guys. I just wanted to, like I said, show you guys my process of importing tracks, loading in a template, and how quick it could be once you guys have everything routed. You do this once, you kind of set it and forget it. You never really have to think about it again. So in the next videos, we'll go over the song and techniques and stuff and show you guys how I would mix a song and stuff. So thought that'd be really cool. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check out the description below. I got some freebies like your multi-tracks that I can give you guys. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment or shoot me a message. And if you want to hire me to mix your guys' songs, shoot me an email at divinemotherstudios@gmail.com. Again, that's divinemotherstudios@gmail.com. I'll also have that in the description below. Peace out. See you on the next one.